Hi, welcome to another video. So, if you have ever tried to build agents from scratch, you know it is an absolute nightmare. It is not just about writing the code or picking a model. You have to find the data, clean the data, do the feature engineering, select a model, train it, tune the hyperparameters, and then if you have not quit by then, you still have to deploy the thing and build a UI for it. It is usually a job for 3 different people: a data scientist, a back-end engineer, and a DevOps specialist. But what if you could just have one AI agent do all of that for you? Well, that is exactly what we are looking at today. It is called EO, and it basically positions itself as an autonomous machine learning engineer. Now, I know what you're thinking. We see new AI coding tools every single day. But Neo is a bit different because it is built specifically for AI, ML, and data workflows. It does not just throw a Python snippet at you and disappear. It can reason through the task, work through the pipeline, run the code, inspect the results, and iterate. So instead of behaving like autocomplete, it behaves much more like an execution-focused AI teammate. What makes it much more practical as well is that it works directly inside VS Code. So instead of uploading your repo into some random environment and hoping the AI understands what is going on, you can open the extension in the sidebar and let it work with your local project, local files, and local datasets directly. The extension is free to install from the marketplace. You sign in with your Neo account. And if you want, you can also connect things like AWS, S3, Hugging Face, weights and biases, GitHub, or Kaggle. Those credentials are stored locally in an encrypted vault, which is really good if you care about privacy. So, setting this up is pretty straightforward. You install the extension, click the Neo icon in the sidebar, log in, open your project folder, and that is basically it. If you want to keep everything local, you can do that. If you wanted to pull a dataset from S3 or log experiments to weights and biases, you can wire that in through the settings. It also keeps each workspace isolated, which means one project does not leak context into another one. That is actually super practical because a lot of AI tools get messy. Once you start juggling multiple repos, now let me show it to you in action. Instead of just listing features, I want to walk you through a real-world scenario because it perfectly shows why this thing is kind of awesome. We are going to ask Neo to build a chat moderation pipeline. The goal here is to detect profanity, hate speech, and threats in text messages. This is a classic ML problem, but usually it takes a while to set up properly. I'm going to ask it to build this, but here's the catch. I'm not going to give it a dataset. I want to see how it handles the ambiguity. So I type in the prompt in the Neo panel, build a chat moderation pipeline to detect profanity and harmful text in messages. I hit enter and watch what happens. The first thing EO does is not just start blasting out code. It scans the workspace, looks at what is available, and creates a task plan before execution. It realizes immediately that I have not provided any data. In a normal workflow, this is where you would get stuck. But Neo actually suggests a plan. It says that since there's no dataset provided, it will generate a synthetic dataset covering English messages, including profanity, hate speech, bullying, and threats. This is huge because before it even starts, you can see the planned steps and understand what it is about to do. I give it the go-ahead and it starts executing Stage 1, dataset engineering. It does not just hallucinate rows of text. It actually writes a Python script specifically designed to generate synthetic data, defines a schema, creates annotation guidelines so the labels stay consistent, and then runs the script. In literal seconds, it generates a CSV file with thousands of rows of balanced data, including multi-label support. It also creates validation outputs so the structure is actually reliable enough for training. And because all of this is happening inside VS Code, you can just click into the files in the Explorer and inspect them like a normal project. The CSV is right there. The data generation script is right there. The schema file is right there. There is no weird export-import dance. Everything lands directly in the workspace, which makes this feel way more useful than a lot of browser-only AI tools. If your real data lived in S3 or Kaggle instead, EO could pull that into the workflow through the integrations as well, which is pretty great. Now, once the data is ready, EO automatically moves to Stage 2, model training. I did not have to tell it which model to use. It analyzes the data and decides to start with a baseline classifier. It writes the training code, splits the data into training and validation sets, and runs the whole thing locally in the environment. But it does not just stop there. It evaluates the model, generates reports, and logs the whole process stage by stage, so you can actually see what it is doing instead of blindly trusting it. This is one of the things I like the most about the extension. You get detailed execution logs, timestamps, errors, recovery actions, and performance information while the task is running. So if something is taking longer than expected, or if a training step fails, you can actually inspect what happened. And if you want experiment tracking at a more professional level, you can also connect weights and biases and let it log runs there too. That is super cool because it makes the whole thing much less of a black box. Here's where it gets interesting. Usually an ML engineer hands you some model weights and says good luck. But Neo understands that a model is useless if it is not deployed, so it transitions into the deployment phase. It decides to build a real-time inference API, writes the app code, sets up the endpoints, configures the serialization, and creates the requirements file automatically. It is basically writing the backend you would normally have to build yourself. And because it is operating locally in the editor, it can also deal with all the annoying environment problems that usually waste your time. If a dependency blows up, if a package version is wrong, if the Python setup is not right, or if there's some issue with CUDA or the runtime, Neo can inspect the logs, adjust the setup, and try to recover. That kind of self-correcting behavior matters way more than flashy demos, because this is the exact stuff that breaks real ML workflows all the time. Then, to wrap it all up, it actually builds a front end so we can test the whole thing. I'm talking about a proper interface where you can type messages and see the classification results. So let us look at the final result. It spins up the app, we get a web interface, and now I can type in something harmless like, hey everyone, how is the game going? And it marks it as clean. Then I type in something toxic, and it flags the harmful categories with confidence scores. It built the data pipeline, the model, the backend API, and the UI, all from one task. Another thing I like here is that Neo is not just a one-shot chatbot. It plans the work, executes it, checks the output, and refines based on real results. There's also an auto mode where it can run a self-check after each cycle and do a refinement pass if something falls short. You can also switch between light mode for quick validation and pro mode when you want deeper logs, more context retention, and more control for serious workflows. So it actually gives you some choice based on whether you're just prototyping or doing something more production-like. Also, for those of you working in enterprise or with private datasets, the local first approach is a really big deal. Your code, data, and credentials stay on your machine, and the extension keeps credentials encrypted locally. You can still connect to cloud tools when you want, but nothing is just being thrown into some external environment by default. You can also pause, review, interrupt, or stop what it is doing at any time, which is good because you still want control over the repo. It is also worth mentioning that this is not just limited to one narrow type of task. It can work across classic tabular ML, forecasting, computer vision, OCR, speech workflows, LLM fine-tuning, and even RAG systems. So whether you're doing churn prediction, training an image model, building a retrieval pipeline, or wiring up an evaluation workflow, it is trying to cover the whole practical AI engineering surface instead of just one corner of it. I think the biggest value here is that it removes a lot of the boring plumbing work. It is not going to replace a top-tier research scientist inventing new architectures from scratch, but for the majority of applied ML work, which is basically getting data, making the pipeline, debugging the environment, training the baseline, evaluating it, and shipping something usable, this is a really solid concept. And now that it works directly in VS Code with local files, logs, workspace isolation, and proper integrations, it makes a lot more sense in an actual workflow. The best part, it can take care of all my AI engineering needs as well, from testing out different models to prompt regression testing. Use the link in the description to get free credits and try it out now. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating through the Super Thanks option or becoming a member by clicking the Join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.